session now?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
Here we go.
okay, yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the other another session of the season of AI. We have a very special guest joining us today. Anurag Singh is a specialist in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Is a senior working professional in the Indian tech industry, and I largely leave introduction to him. But I thought of just welcoming him and saying thank you on behalf of everyone for him to give us time on a Monday afternoon. Thank you so much, Anurag, for doing this. Over to you now.
Am I? So, hello, hello.
Sure, we can hear you. We
Yeah,
can hear you,
Rohit,
Anurag. You can. Yeah.
did I lose you?
Did you? Hello. एक मिनट join करेगा. I'll bring you onto the stage.
Just hi. You able to hear me?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
There's a
okay.
lag in your audio and video.
You okay with my? How is the audio and video now?
No, there's a lag. आप
There's
आवाज
still a
पहले आ
lag.
रही है, आप बोल बाद में रहे हो.
अच्छा, अच्छा, अच्छा.
हाँ, वो maybe
5G
because
के
of the headphones, I guess.
एक मिनट में एक काम करता हूँ मैं लीव करके फिर से ज्वाइन करूँ क्या?
अभी सही हो गया.
ओह! अभी सही है ना? ठीक
हाँ,
है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है। ओके, बस वो 1 मिनट दीजिए क्योंकि मैंने अपना इसलिए रूम ही चेंज कर लिया। वो वाईफ़ाई पॉइंट के पास मैं आ गया हूँ। हुँ, 1 सेकंड। स हुँ, दिस शुड बी बेटर नाउ। ओके, ओके, I'll quickly share my screen. Let me know if things are visible and then
नहीं,
slides.
आपसे तो.
Yeah, you able to
Yes.
see my screen? Okay, perfect, perfect. Okay, okay, team. So, thanks for this opportunity. I'm Anurag. I work as a director of analytics in the Gen AI field in Honeywell, and yes, a part of my role involves a lot of work on, say, uh, use case prioritization, understanding the use case, thinking about what tech stack we can use to operationalize the use case so that customers can get benefit of the AI buzzword which everybody is talking about. So, having said that, I do understand we have a tight agenda and the timelines is a little strict. So, I'll quickly begin. So, is it fair to understand that most of us are very new to the AI field, and I consider that the audience is basically somebody who are very new to the AI field. So I'll try to delve not very deep into the technological aspects, rather just try to explain what's AI, how it got evolved, and I like to end this session showing you the complete set of tools which Microsoft Azure provides to us, uh, via which we can go about talking about these use cases in the industry. Okay, so basically AI is nothing new. This has been there for quite some times. It might come as a surprise to most of you or to at least some people, but yes, AI was already there. But broadly I classify, or I would say a lot of people classify AI into two broader fields: the academic AI and the operational or the industrial AI. So, academic AI was something where research, or I would say the first prediction uh, algorithm or the linear regression which we talk about, that has been in uh, already been in the world since 1950s, but it has only been after 2010s that people started emphasizing a lot about AI, and they started thinking about AI use cases in production, how AI can be leveraged, and how AI can be a game changer for for the industry. Okay, so very old technology, but yes, human adoption to, or the industry adoption to this technology is something that started happening only with the advent of the cloud technologies. So uh, academic AI, mostly in the research field on papers, but is it as good as as good as an AI until it goes and makes life of people easier, or makes AI as a differentiating factor in their say industry? No, right? So this is where academic AI is different from industry or operational AI, right? So we what was the major challenge which we had in the industry was basically the lack of computational resources. So when we say computational resources, see, we can have an AI system to work, but the computation power that is being used to power these AI use cases is something which was not in the reach of, say, common or small startups and small enterprises or common people, because AI uses a lot of compute, and we say a lot of compute, lot of processing is required, and that is where, say, a huge chunk of costs for an enterprise goes into such kind of infrastructure provisioning. Before cloud, what used to happen was any use case has to be backed by computational resources, and enterprises actually have to put a massive amount of finance for purchasing such infrastructure, because there was nothing like pay as you go, or there was nowhere wherein via a click of a button, say, clusters of GPUs are enabled for you only for the time you need it, and delete it the time you are not needing it, right? This is where, once cloud technologies came into picture and came into adoption after 2010, what happened was it gave immense power in the hand of users, wherein users were able to get heavy cluster, or say huge machinery with compute power. They used to get uh, I would say they used to get uh, infrastructure at their disposal. Okay, today I need 100 GB of a machine, I can get it at a click of a button, and after using it for 2 hours I can dispose it off, so I only pay for what compute I have used. But imagine the pre-cloud era, wherein for every particular use case I need to have a I might have a different infrastructure need, and these, to cater to this infrastructure need, I need to make a purchase every time, right? And every time you make a purchase, it becomes a huge capital intensive expenditure for your enterprise. That is something which was which was which was not making AI move very quick for the industrial expansion. So with advent of cloud, like Microsoft Azure, one of the pioneers, and now Microsoft is one of the pioneers in the AI field. They are ruling the game in the AI field, providing users a lot of options within their platform to work on exceptionally beautiful and exceptionally well crafted use cases. Okay, we have close competitors like, say, Google Cloud. AWS is also the AWS cloud from Amazon, which is basically the Amazon web service we call. Google Cloud from Google. Now even Alibaba, Cisco, lot of Oracle. We have a lot of cloud providers now. So uh, with this computational costs becoming little cheaper and readily available in the hand of users, lot of use cases started flourishing everywhere, and a term came in the enterprise that people started calling it as uh, the digital transformation or the cloud transformation space. Also, one thing that happened during say 2010 to 2015 and beyond is the advent of mobile phones and cheap access of internet, right? With this, what happened was people started generating not say GBs and TB terabytes of data, but actually we started talking in terms of petabytes and zettabytes of data. So everywhere, everybody is leaving a data footprint. You use your smartwatch and you are constantly sending your pulse and sending your heartbeat information to somebody on the cloud, right? uh, Consider the case of smart factories wherein you have IoT enabled sensors, these automated automated driving cars we are talking about. We are talking about, say, sentiment analysis. We are talking about chat GPTs of the world. And that is where you are talking about, say, Instagram. Most of us are on Instagram. We are on Twitter. People like logging on Facebook. So you see, data, I am leaving my data footprint with a small handhold device, and data footprint which sending it is in terms of, say, I'm talking to you guys, it is more in terms of a video. I can talk to you guys. I can switch off my video and it becomes more of an audio interaction. I can talk to you via chat window, which is a text interaction, right? I on Twitter, I usually write a text message. So you see, one Anurag, multiple data footprints, audio, video, text, and whatnot, right? Health data. So one person is generating a lot of data. Now, that is where people started analyzing and thinking that what if we capture this data, because every data captured will help us gain some understanding about the user. So say I log into a Netflix now, or anybody of you guys who wants, they log into Netflix. What is the first option they show? In the homepage they start showing you, say that I am somebody who loves thriller movies. So my homepage will be say augmented with lot of thriller movies which has come, movies which are already present which I have not seen in the thriller genre, and something which has come new, they will show it, right? They would usually not want to show me say a comedy or more of a sports movie, because over the period of time, by my watch history, these guys have analyzed and think that this guy, out of a lot of content, only watches thriller movies. And on thriller as well, say I have a choice wherein, say, I only watch an English movie or a Korean movie or an Hindi or an Hindi movie. Based on that, you see, you go deeper and deeper and you try to get more insights, right? This is how Netflix or say any of the OTT providers are able to gain an understanding into your taste, what kind of movies you or what kind of content you are consuming. Same is the case for an YouTube or any of the OTT platforms, right? So how this happens, because I am leaving my data footprint in the world and somebody is capturing this data, which I am giving a consent to him. Ideally, see, we close our eyes and we give a consent that, okay, I agree. But on what we are agreeing, we usually do not bother to go through and read through that, right? And that's why data privacy and things are a lot of concern now. Lot of acts has come on that. But yes, in India, we are far away from that, wherein we do not have a particular act in place. But yes, in EU or the European Union, wherein people put a lot of emphasis on the GDPR and personal information, there are some EU regulation laws, the European Union regulation laws, which is still not very prevalent in India. But that's the next step which we can think about, right? But we are not very close to that as well. So we talked about the computational power which is in the hand of users. Now coming to the complete AI umbrella, right? So you see, we have a bigger circle which is the complete list of subcategories within AI. So AI, what, on a broader level, artificial intelligence. So what are we trying to incorporate in a machine? We want to incorporate understanding of humans, wherein as a human I see objects and I perceive the information. I talk to people and make an understanding. Okay, he's a sarcastic guy, he's a funny guy, he's a little difficult guy to crack a conversation, he's very egoist, things like that, right? So what is happening is I am talking to the person and then I'm making an assumption, right? I'm seeing, say, I'm just supposed to jump I'm just supposed to jump from a wall. So I have a capability wherein I cannot jump beyond 10 meters, right? So I make a due diligence and only then make a commitment that okay, I will not be able to jump from a very high wall, but I will be able to jump from a medium wall. So what happened was I saw my surrounding, I got an insight into it, and then I put my things, right? So these are all intelligence of human. And how does this intelligence come to us? It basically comes via the five sensory organs which we talk about, right? The eyes, ears, nose, tongue. So uh, taste is something which AI has still not been able to reach up to that space. But yes, on the vision side, which is how well your eyes are able to see images, videos, uh, we have these the human level parity on computer visions. On the speech recognition and on the uh, human language understanding as well, AI has come a long way, right? So speech and vision is something which AI has come a long way. But yes, sensory is not something which we would still like to talk about in the AI field. But I think the basic and the strongest cognitive abilities for humans, which differentiates it from a lot of animals, is their uh, speech and their vision capabilities. And with AI we have reached to some level of, to a very great level of human parity, right? So the whole AI, and that is what we say artificial intelligence, because we are incorporating intelligence in the machine, but we are incorporating it artificially. It, for us it comes all by itself. Like once we are born as kids, we do not understand most of the things, but during the first 5 years is something where as humans we understand and learn a lot of things on our surrounding, and that lays a foundation for next say 60, 70, 80 years of your 80 years of your well-being, right? So consider the same thing for machines as well. We want to teach the machines and make it intelligent. That's why we are not calling it intelligence, we are calling it artificially intelligence, because we as humans are incorporating that intelligence within the machines, right? So this is the whole broader area of artificial intelligence. Now within the artificial intelligence is a small subset called the machine learning, right? So within machine learning what happens is, you see, you you put a lot of emphasis on historical data, because as humans as well, you see, within the last 35, 36 years, 38 years of my uh, existence in earth, I have seen multiple things, I have heard multiple conversations, I have met multiple people, and that is what has tried to make me intelligent. Now you see that okay, I'm somebody who works on the AI field. Now it was not something that started from beginning, right? Probably I did a B degree, after which I got a chance to work on use cases, and then this is how I developed my intelligence in that area. So you see, even for humans, most of this intelligence comes from the more amount of data he is exposed to, right? So why do we say to our parents, or why do our parents say that, see, you are very naive to the world, you have not met multiple people, you have not been exposed to things or scenarios, so take my advice in doing so and so, because I have not grayed my hair in the sun. This is one of the common saying which people or elders say, right? Why? Because elders have been most exposed to more kind of scenarios than people of our age, right? So same way machines as well learn. The more data we provide to them, the more the more intelligent they become, and uh, they are able to comprehend future more effectively. Okay, so one aspect of the AI umbrella is the machine learning, which is something which is very prevalent now, and lot of industry use cases are there in the machine learning. Say that I am a store manager, I want to replenish my store for Diwali. So, being in South India, probably I would need more packets of Mysore Pak during Diwali. But say, being in North India, I might need more packets of, say, a besan laddu or something of that sort, right? So, these are some of the things which, based on the sales of my historical sales data, my machine or my algorithm would be able to comprehend and help my store managers, correct? So this is something called the machine learning. So I fed the machine with historical data, and I ran mathematical models out of it. So machine learning is nothing but it is an extension of my maths and my statistics. Okay, nothing new, has been there for quite some times. It's just that it was there in the paper as y is equal to mx plus c, a linear regression, linear algorithm, or I would say a linear algebra problem. Now we are solving the same thing in the computer world, right? So then a more broader, or I would say a more specialized version of machine learning was something called deep learning. Okay, so deep learning is the field of machine learning wherein very close to how the neural networks of the brains work. And this is where I was talking about the cognitive abilities of AI, which is basically the vision and the hearing. Vision and speech is something which is a subset or which has been developed by deep learning algorithms. So, learning algorithms are an evolution of artificial neural networks, wherein what happens is you have multiple learning layers in your algorithm, and these learning layers are learning from each other. Same way, however, brain learns. So, say uh, I'm seeing, or I have a small kid. He sees fire for the very first time. What he goes there and he tries to touch the fire. Why? Because he has never been exposed to fire before, and he's not aware that it's a hazardous thing. So once he touches the fire, he gets a little burn, and then what happens is every time he sees a yellow color flaming object, he is afraid because he has been burnt by fire once, and he understands that this is not something which uh, is a very friendly thing. It is something which is hazardous, I should not be touching it, right? So similar, what happened was, once he touched a hot object, he got burnt. All this burning information proceeded from his fingers to his brains, wherein he was able to uh, comprehend that a burning sensation comes and it is not good for me, right? So his new neural networks or his nerves in the brain started interacting or interacting and learning this information. Same is the concept wherein we use these mathematical formulas, wherein you have a series of information layers, and one information layer learns from another. So say, when I touch a hot object, my finger got burnt, and my brain learned that hot object should not be touched. Then say that I have a sharp object that is being thrown at me. My eyes see that, and maybe first time it does not react, I get hurt on my head. Now it is aware that if somebody is throwing a object towards you, you need to be careful because you get hurt. What happened? The first time you got hurt on your head, the information flew from your head to your nerves, saying that somebody, or I would say information went from your eyes to your brains, wherein it said that if somebody is throwing an object towards you, please be safe, right? So my eyes made me learn that information. Similar is the deep learning concept in AI, wherein you have multiple layers in your algorithm which learns from each other. Now, one very prominent, and deep learning is also a subset of machine learning. Okay, but the only thing about deep learning is this brings more human capabilities to machines, and deep learnings is basically catering to vision or any image detection algorithm and speech, wherein machines start talking to each other, machines start talking to you and understanding Siri is Siri, or say hey Google, is a prime example of that. Alexa is a prime example of that, wherein using the deep learning models, Alexa has been trained to uh, comprehend what a person is saying. When you say hi Alexa, sh- let me listen to a podcast from, say, a Microsoft reactor, or say Microsoft cloud architects. It takes me to that podcast and it gives that. So it starts giving me the podcasts, right? Now, a portion of deep learning is something which is called the natural language processing, and this is where, so within deep learning we have the NLP and the computer vision, right? Enables computers and systems to understand images, video, audio. Natural language processing is something wherein a machine starts talking to each other. Now, this talk can not only be in audio, it can also be in text. Because, see, you have a text input given, the chatbot understands that text input, and then what happens is it gives you a relevant information. All the chatbots which you use, you try log into an SDFC, you will see a chatbot that comes up. How may I help you? You log into, say, uh, any of your learning sites, say a Simply Learn or a Coursera or a Udemy. You see, you will have chatbots there. How can I help you? You log into Amazon, you log into any Meesho. You see chatbots, or you log into any of your travel websites. You see there will be virtual assistants which will try to help you. So these virtual assistants or the chatbots, do you think they will be able to answer you without understanding what you say? No, right? So I go to, say, I go to a 1 year old kid and I start talking about AI and deep learning and computer vision. The guy will not have that comprehension ability wherein he will be able to understand things, because he's a very small kid. He has not come. So, but as and when the kid gets exposed to a lot of videos, he sees a lot of people talking about AI and thing. What happens is he starts recognizing and understanding things, right? That is what the natural language processing capabilities developed within the kit, right? So this is what is the case of all the chatbots which we are talking about, be it your virtual chatbots for a pizza delivery, a virtual chatbot for a flight ticket booking, a virtual chatbot for your phone banking or your net banking. This is something which has been leveraged a lot now, and from this NLP we started something as a breakthrough in AI innovation, which was called the chat GPTs of the world, right? November 2022 is something wherein the world witnessed something very drastic and something very breakthrough. And that is that was chat GPT was exposed to the outside world, wherein you type your queries and you get a specific, very specific answers to your queries. So you see, until now we used to go to Google and we used to search for our queries. But with Google, the challenge was you put a query to your Google, you get a lot of answers. Now uh, you have to filter out one particular answer from a set of multiple answers. Imagine a chat GPT, wherein what you do, you go to a chat GPT, you pose your question, and you get a very specific and a precise answer for your question. No need to run across multiple web pages, no need to read some information and then decide whether this is a helpful website for me or not, right? Chat GPT gives very precise and accurate answers to your question. How has that mastered that capability, that is via the NLP algorithms. That, and there's a different set of algorithm for that, wherein I would not go into details. Something called the auto encoders, decoders. But yes, where, and you can consider it to be a very high end NLP algorithm itself, right? So we talked about what's AI. We talked about say why AI all of a sudden. We talked about digital transformation. We talked about the complete AI umbrella. All right. So as I have already spoken about the traditional AI analytics, 1960s, right? And 2020s, or to the after 2020s, is the world or the age of generative AI. So very quickly, I will differentiate, or wait, traditional. Okay. So we have some, I will be sharing the PPT with the organizers. You can, so as I said, machine learning, it focuses on understanding historical data. Without historical data, you will not be able to perceive what outputs I would need. Go to the question answer of, go to that example of during Diwali sales, as a store manager, I need to analyze that whether I would need more of Mysore Pak or more of a besan laddu. So historically, I have seen, like being a store manager, consider I'm a store manager, I have seen that okay, in say a southern part of India, more of a Mysore Pak is something which people prefer, but in northern part of India, say a besan laddu or something is which the, or which most of the people prefer during. Just a hypothetical situation, but yeah, this is what based on historically what my sales pattern has recommended, and this is what I take a decision during my coming years as well. So historical data is very important, right? Then see, let's not go into details of that. Then advanced analytics come, use case of machine learning, okay, yeah, very quickly. So what is generative AI? See, so uh, a generative AI is a field of artificial intelligence where you have the capability of generating things completely new. So uh, it can be a marketing campaign, it can be a audio or a video that can be generated which is not there in the historical data. So traditional AI, you would need a historical data to do a prediction and come to a come to a use case realization. But for generative AI, you give them whatever data you have, it will be able to generate something new out of it. That's why it is called the generative AI. So traditional AI will not be creating anything new out of the box, but generative AI is something which has the capabilities of generating things completely out of the box which nobody would have thought about. So what could be those generative AI? Say it can generate a song, it can generate a audio out of it, it can generate a song for you, it can generate a marketing email for you. So you see, you say to the AI, generate me a marketing email for increasing my sales by 10% with with a new product that has been launched in so and so field, right? So you will get a flashy a new promotional email which you can we can pass it to your suppliers. You can ask, generate me a greeting card or generate me a image altogether. So people have started generating these I would say virtual they have started generating these virtual uh, models. And Coca-Cola has gone to an extent wherein they have a complete advertisement created by generative AI without any human. So say even their models, when I say a model over here, it's not the AI model, it is the actual people who are present in those advertisements are also not real people. Those are videos or these are images generated out of a GPT model. So which is a chat GPT model, right? So this is where generative AI comes into picture. But one limitation of generative AI is that you will not be able to enter into the chat gpt and understand why chat gpt has given me this answer. So this is a very closed ai, wherein people have trained the ai on set on internet of data. I will not say set of data, on internet of data. That's why it has uh, all the knowledge of everything in the world. But the only challenge over here is it is a complete black box. We do not get a chance, or we do not have the capability wherein we can enter these models of a generative ai and try to comprehend why did I get a particular answer. Okay. But the good thing about traditional ai is that because those are mathematical formulas working on your historical data, what you do is you have that capability to tune this model, see why you are getting a particular output. And so these traditional AI become more responsible AI. Say that I am doing a I am a bank manager, and I get a use case wherein I have, based on the credit history of a customer, I need to decide whether he will be eligible for a loan or not. So I can implement this use case with a traditional AI approach, wherein I pass all the historical data of my loan, all the customers, and then a new customer comes or an existing customer comes that I want a loan, I will be able to understand this, right? This is where this is where traditional AI, you have your data, and once it says that Anurag is not eligible for a loan, I can go back and backtrack why the model said that Anurag is not will not be able to get a loan. But for generative AI, these are closed models wherein I feed my data. Is Anurag eligible for a loan? It says no, Anurag is not eligible for a loan. Now, I d- I can actually not go into the data set and see why it said Anurag cannot is not capable of getting a loan. There are work there are fields which are evolving the complete response. We call it responsible AI, because AI machines have to be responsible while giving an answer for a question or giving an answer to a use case. So responsible AI work is already happening in this field, and things are improving. But yes, this is a very new field. So we have say less control, and people are still experiment. This is a very experimental field now. Okay. So having said that, what I do is I will quickly take you through the Azure portal. So Azure portal is say uh, a one stop solution wherein you get to work on a lot of say you get to work on a complete AI landscape, which I have been talking about. Say the traditional AI, deep learning, machine learning, cognitive services, and things like that. Okay. So the very first thing is portal.azure.com. Okay. This is something which I assume, being Microsoft or Azure audience, we are completely aware of. So, okay. Mhm. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Mhm. So, okay. Yeah. So you log into portal.azure.com. For students, you get your free credits. So students get a lot of free credits while they use their students. This one, well, once they use their students uh, email ID. And even for a lot of corporates, you get a free $150 trial account, wherein you can wherein you can try create a trial account and then create a lot of services. Okay. So let this be before that, by the time it is getting okay, what we will do is we will create okay, we will create see, we went to portal.azure.com, and that is where you see there is a complete different category itself, which is called AI plus machine learning. So you see, analytics is a broader portfolio within which we have AI and machine learning. Okay. So we will now see what are the capabilities with Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is the cloud platform of Microsoft, and look at the capabilities it is providing to us. Okay. B- s- just see uh, what are the, so we got a lot of a lot of capabilities over here, right? Very very basics, or what we want to do over here is, you see, language understanding. Did we talk about NLP? This is where, using this language understanding tool from Microsoft, you can develop your NLP algorithms or natural language processing use cases. You see, a computer vision uh, service. Using the computer vision service, you can develop lot of computer vision use cases. Okay. You see, a document intelligence. So document intelligence is nothing but, say that you pass a legal document or you pass your rental agreement, and this will be able to extract out particular informations from uh, these the documents, right? So, and you have a lot of other things. So synapse analytics is something which is a data platform wherein you can store the data, and then you can do a lot of your analytics use cases. Okay. So you see, you have a chatbot, you have Windows servers, lot of things are there. What we will do is, we will basically cater to machine learning. Okay. So machine learning workspace. Okay. So this, and we are calling it as a machine learning workspace. Why? Because this workspace provides me an end to end solution to develop my machine learning use cases. So you see, this is your one stop or a go to solution for your any machine learning use case. Okay. So what you need to do is, you need to have a Azure machine learning, you need to create. Okay. I take it for granted that we as an audience are aware of what is a subscription, what is a resource group, and things like that, right? Because for creation of any resource within Azure, you need a subscription and a resource group. Okay. You need a subscription and a resource group, very much required. Okay. So this is and I will not go into the details of this. That is something which, as cloud specialists, we should be aware. You just provide the name, the region, and you create a storage account, your key vault. These are some things which, key vault is nothing but, this is a security, one of the security aspects in Azure. Okay. So you click on everything within Azure is a next, and then after pulling all the details, you click on next, review and create, and your machine learning workspace will be ready for you. Okay. So once you have this machine learning workspace available, just quickly see if this is being navigated. Or I'm getting any. mm, yeah. B- Universities. Just let me see. Okay. Just let me log into. Let me log into one of my another incognito window. Quick authenticated. One second. Authentic. So you see, once you get a machine learning studio created, and once you click on this workspace, you will get, say, a
Uh,
lot of things. Hmm.
Sorry to disturb you. We are not able to see your screen.
Okay. Oh, did it went off? Slide present top screen. Okay, I'll present it once again. Share screen. So, but were you not able to see any of the entire?
No, we were not able to see the entire prompt.
Okay. Portal, Azure portal, you did not see. How did I log in?
No.
Okay. Is it visible now? Are you able to see something called
Yes.
smart vehicle?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. So you just log into portal.azure.com. That is where, say, I already told how to create a machine learning workspace. So say once you click on the next, click on machine learning. You saw that prompt wherein I was showing how to create an Azure machine learning studio, correct? Create. No, okay. I'll do quickly. See, create a new workspace. Okay, machine learning. You put your subscription, you put your resource group, you put a name, select a region, storage account. So, see, in short, everything in the world boils down to zeros and one, and everything boils down to storage and processing. I'm talking to you guys now. uh, there is something that is being stored in my random the ram, and there is something which is being processed as well, right? So you store in your hard disk and your ram, and you process it using your ram. So everything requires a storage account, and it requires so consider storage account as something which can store the data so that you can do your machine learning on that. Okay, so once you click nothing, you just need to click on networking, put some name. Okay, I'll quickly. Mm, ChatGPT, the name will be, say, demo app. Okay. Rest, the best part about Microsoft is, you see, as newcomers, it creates all by itself. Say the storage accounts and all, these are subsidiary services that would be required for you by you to work on machine learning. So it is creating by itself. It does not. You can and you see these names are not very user friendly. You can create a new as well. So nothing. See, it will just give you an option to create give a name. I can do that. I'll click on next networking. Let it by default. Next. Let everything else be default if you are a starter. Okay. Otherwise, you can and see it will run in the way. You just need to click on create. Once you click on create, then what happens? See, it validation. But click on create, your workspace will be created. Once you have this workspace in place, so say that via this step, I created my machine learning workspace. Say a smart vehicle machine. Okay, this is something which will be opened. Once you have come over here, do one thing, click on launch studio. Okay, once you click on launch studio, you will get ample resources to start learning and moving towards your machine learning journey. Okay, you see, you can develop a Q&A chatbot, you can develop a question answer on your own data, you can do a web classification, you can chat with Wikipedia. So you see, lot of learning materials are there. You see, it says sample notebooks. So notebooks, I would just like to provide I assume that most some of you guys are aware of the data science. Some of you are aware of the data science world. So in Java and C Sharp, we write functions, right? We write functions and code modules. The same functions and code modules for data science workspaces is something wherein you say a notebook. Data scientists use a notebook environment to create or write these machine learning algorithms. So nothing. And it has given you minutes as well how much you will need to get quick started. Okay, one very interesting thing over here is something called designer. Okay, I would like you guys to go through a designer and explore the capabilities of it. Best part about Microsoft is very citizen friendly. They uh, they are so, Microsoft stacks are so citizen friendly that you need not be an expert data scientist to start using it. So consider an example. I want say I need a image classification problem, okay, or say the simple one, automobile price prediction. Okay, so what I do over here, considering the audience from India, we understand we have these, say a bikedeko.com, you have a this one, right? You have housing.com, magicbricks.com, wherein what you do is you provide details of the locality, number of BHKs, whether it has amenities, lift is present and all, and then based on that it gives you a rental or a purchase cost for that home, right? Same is the case for this automobile price prediction. What happens is, you have, say, a car deco, or you have few other websites, right, wherein you want to sell your bike or purchase an old bike. You put the details, you get like, ideally for a 2015, say a Royal Enfield 2018 model, which has run for 30,000 kilometers in Bangalore, would cost around, say, 1,20,000 or something of that sort, right? So this is predicting based on the features. So you see, this is one of the tutorials which is already present, and the best part is, you see, all drag drop. So you need not write a code out of it, right? It is completely drag drop. Okay, so you, and these capabilities are present here. If you want to see that, graph validation, okay, data components, yeah, you move to components and you see, you get logic for data transformation. So these are fields within data science. Okay, you need to do a feature engineering and thing. I will not get into those details, but I just want to present you the playground where you can play and create these kind of use cases. Okay, this is an existing use case. Now you might want to say, uh, it's a price prediction, right? So say that you are in the real estate domain and you want to create a model that lets you know the cost of rental, or say a cost of purchase for flats in Bangalore or Delhi. You need to collect the historical data and run this, co- connect the historical data, run this model, and you will get a prediction algorithm for your house predictions, right? This is one of the good thing. There is something called automated ML. So automated ML is something which is the best thing for any of the starters in AI. So what happens is, as the name itself suggests, automated ML, completely automated. What you need to do is, say that your manager or your or your industry has given you a set of data. You just put this data into this automated ML job, and it will pick up the algorithms and what is the right solution for this, everything by itself. Okay, no need. And you, what you need to do is, you click on automated ML, and you see, we just make some basic settings. Okay, yeah, see, for any machine learning use case, you need a data. This is where you need to select the data set, and click next. Everything will be done for yourself. And at the end of, say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on how much of data you have, you will be able to solve your problem. Okay, so you see, automated ML is something which I would like you guys to do read about it. Okay, notebooks. So this is something where, w- notebooks is something which, where you need to write things from scratch. Okay, you see, a lot of sample notebooks are also there. So tutorials. Okay, what we'll do is, Azure ML in a day. So see, Python, and yeah, see, Python is one of the prime languages. You can even write say a Scala code. You can write Python, Scala, Java to some extent, machine learning, .NET. .NET framework is, and to let you know, I started my career as a .NET developer way back in 2007, and slowly I evolved into, say, the data machine learning field. Okay, so .NET is one of the very robust frameworks from Microsoft, and how can they be far behind in the machine learning algorithm space. So there's something called ml.net and a lot of things that is coming in that space as well. So you see, you have a Python notebook, and notebook is nothing but you can consider it as a code space for writing your functions. Okay, so you see, you have a sample job, you can just run these sample jobs, get what outputs you want, right? So go through notebooks. I would like you to also go through model catalog. So all these, see, notebooks, automated ML designer is something which is very useful for your traditional AI use cases. But you we want to do something big. We want to say start using generative AI model. Okay, generative AI model. This is where your prompt flow will come into picture. Okay, so when you see a prompt flow, what happens is you will start using a large language model, and prompt flow is what designer is for traditional AI ML. So I'll once you see this interface, do you see this? See, this is a window of a prompt flow which I had developed sometimes back. So you see, prompt flow also has drag drop utilities. Designer also has drag drop utility. So consider prompt flow as a utility to develop generative AI models using Azure drag drop abilities. And designer is a capability in Azure machine learning to create traditional AI ML use cases using drag drop capabilities, right? Prompt flow for generative AI, designer for traditional AI, automated AML when you are getting started, and notebooks for seasoned data scientists. So, do you see, Microsoft covers the complete list of people, starting from novice to experts, starting from traditional AI to generative AI, right? Look at the model catalog before I end. I would like you guys to look at the model catalog, which is, so you see, it is like a catalog of generative AI models that Azure is providing to us. See how many models, 1674 models within Azure, which you can start using it. You are spoiled by choices, like so much, you have so much. Now you can ask, how do I uh, which model to select? This is where you see you have those filters in place. Okay, collections. See whether you want only, some companies will have a rule that, boss, you will only use Microsoft LLM or Nvidia LLM and things like that, right? Or some people will have an option. Okay, how you want to develop this is something which can be used. You want to I just want to do a conversational AI. What is conversational AI? Your chat GPT. I want to develop only chat GPT. Click on this, see, it will filter all. So see, for developing a chat GPT, how many models are present over here? 23 models, right? Wait, I there should be more as well. Yeah, conversation. Okay, so now created by Azure OpenAI. You see, no results found, all filters. Yeah, so using this capabilities, what you can do is you can select what functionality you want to do and things like that. Okay, so this gives you a clarity, what exactly would you like to do it. Okay, so you see what kind of fine tuning you would like to do on generative AI, object detection, machine image classification, and things like that. So Azure machine learning is can be your one stop solution for say any of your machine learning in the generative AI or in the traditional AI space. Okay, cognitive. And you have an AI studio, you have a lot of things. Okay, so you see, computer vision, you can create speech services, document intelligence, translator. So who says that now you need high paid translation job in the world when you have an AI to translate your things, right? So you can create a chatbot. So you create a chatbot service, you will be able to do it. So the Azure AI service, once you enter Azure service, you will get a whole list of AI services which are available for you to work in the Azure platform. So, with this, I would like to end my session. A very basic 10,000 feet of what is there in store for you guys within the Azure platform. Let me know if we have any questions or concerns that have come up. Hello, Azhar, do we have any questions from the audience, or we are good to stop?
Yeah, I guess there are no questions, so I guess we can end. Thank you so
Sure.
much. It was a very insightful session. I hope everyone has learned something today. Thank you for taking out time and on a weekday. So thank you so much, Anurag. Have a good
No
day.
problem, Azhar. It's always my pleasure. So, yeah, thanks, team. It was very nice talking to everybody. I wish you all the best in your AI journey. And yeah, have a good rest of the day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye.